For my research report, I decided to read Bernard Malamud's award-winning novel, The Fixer. The Fixer is a story which focuses on events in the life of Yakov Bak, a Russian Jew living during the Tsarist or royal period of Russian history. Mr. Bak is arrested and held without formal charge for 2 years, primarily because of his race. Reading this book led me to ask the essential question: when, if ever, is racial profiling justified? And if it is ever justified, under what circumstances? After doing a considerable amount of research, I concluded that racial profiling is never justified because it is illegal, ineffective, and actually increases the amount of crime in a given community. While doing my research, I was shocked to find the extent of racial profiling, racial discrimination, and racial inequality in general in the United States today. One way that children in minority racial groups are affected is by unequal opportunity of education. A survey done by the Department of Education in 2014 found that Black students are 3 times more likely to be expelled than their white counterparts. The same survey also found that while Hispanic and African American students make up 40% of the enrollment of high schools with gifted programs, only 26% of students in those gifted programs are Hispanic or Black. The report further found that less than half of Native Alaskan and Native American Indians have access to the full range of science and math options in high school, including algebra, geometry, algebra 2, calculus, biology, chemistry, and physics. Adults in minority racial groups are affected easily as much as children. One way which they are affected is unequal opportunity in employment. Researchers looking to examine the level of racial discrimination in employment in the United States prepared a series of resumes. These resumes were identical in every way: in experience, in education, in criminal background, identical in every way except the names. Some names were written to sound African American, while others were written to sound white, despite, as being said, they were equal in every way other than the names. Resumes with African American sounding names were 50% less likely to be received positively and to merit a callback from the potential employer. As the surveys were identical in every other way, it can only be concluded that it was the African American sounding names which caused the employers to refuse to call them back or follow up on their resumes. The extent of inequality in the labor market can further be seen in levels of unemployment. Currently, 5.8% of white individuals of 18 years or older in the United States who have received college educations with at least 1 degree are unemployed. However, the level for college-educated adult unemployed potential laborers in the African American community is 11.4%. Even when white unemployment was at its highest, at 8.9%, the rate of Black unemployment of college graduates was 20.7%. showing that there is consistently at least double amounts of unemployed, college-educated African American individuals, despite the fact that white and black college graduates generally pursue the same careers and have the same level of skill statistically. But perhaps the most well-known and dangerous example of racial discrimination and inequality in the United States is in the justice system. Despite the fact that Hispanic and African American individuals make up only 30% of the United States population, they make up 60% of those currently incarcerated. Further, the Department of Education and the Department of Justice, working together, have found that 1 in every 3 African American males is likely to be arrested at some point during their lives. Further, black women are 3 times more likely to be arrested than white women, and Hispanic women are 69% more likely to be arrested than white women. Once arrested, Hispanic and African American individuals experience a far higher rate of conviction with similar or identical evidence, and a far harsher rate of sentencing, with the death penalty being applied far more often and with longer prison sentences. Once out of prison, African American and Hispanic individuals have less job opportunities and receive lower pay than white individuals who have been imprisoned and incarcerated for similar or identical offenses, again showing the extent of inequality and disproportionate incarceration in the minority ethnic groups in the United States today.